I appreciate y'all joining the call, by the way. I appreciate it. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have this going on right now tonight. So I appreciate everyone who's on the call right now. Really do. Really do. Did you hear anything more about what we talked about Sunday? About okay. Let's hear what you
Yeah.
guys say about that.
No, I'm not sure if everybody heard, but they were trying to get the photo. They still working on that. They said, remember we was talking about the time frame of how she was separated and how far like the suicidal. It was 11 hours. I like, so nobody checked up on her. Nobody
Wait.
called. Nobody didn't. They said it was 11 hours when they left and separated them to the time they found her.
We by the way, Reggie, we talking about the woman that went to Africa with her fiance. Yeah, we talking about that. Wait, she was in a room for 11 hours?
11, they were separated. Yeah, it was 11 hours before somebody noticed that she was dead.
Wow.
Like, y'all some bad motherfuckers. Y'all ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Hotel like nobody. And then on top of that, he also had a firearm case too back in 2019 that he wasn't even supposed to have. He wasn't supposed to get his firearm back until like 2030 or something. But
Yeah.
I'm not like, not for nothing. I'm not trying to piss people off, but if you don't ban him, he's still gonna get a gun regardless.
Very true.
He had cases that was dealing with violent things, and then he had other things going on too. But it's like you never know what a person going through.
It sounds like criminal behavior because criminals do that. They don't care.
Well, not only that, they were saying too, like, how is he moving things around, like his account? So people are moving his account around, which making him look suspicious. Like, you're not supposed to do anything if you're guilty. You know, you're not even calling the family, letting them know what's good. You didn't even call them. That's guilty enough. And you're supposed to be her soon-to-be wife, and you're not going to call the fam?
Yeah.
You're not going to call? That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And then he's into crypto, so like people with crypto, like dealing with that, it can be tricky, you know. So it's a lot of shit going on. And then he got his passport seized for right now, so they're still investigating. The autopsy report didn't come out yet, so they're still waiting on that. But
it's been 2 weeks, right?
So he's still in Africa.
He's still over there.
Still in. Okay.
And the family didn't make it over there yet, did they?
No, not yet. That's one hell of a trip. Shit.
Yeah.
Who gonna pay for that? FBI gonna pay for that? Shoot, somebody need to.
It's sad because they can't enjoy vacation if they do go over there. When they go over there,
It's gonna be all business.
Yeah. It sucks.
Oh, the 2000 firearm, that was the other case. Sorry, my bad. That was the
I was about to say
massacre.
Right. Yeah, I was like, wait, that don't sound like.
I got the two confused because I was really excited about the conversation.
I was letting you talk. I'm like, am I missing something? Like,
no. That was the massacre that happened.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. Massacre is crazy. I read more into it earlier today while I was on my downtime at work, just to see what else was going on with the massacre.
Me too.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy that he had an interesting life before then. You know, working at what was the UPS or something like that he was working at the time. He had a normal job, normal family. Did he have a girlfriend too while he was getting divorced with his wife?
He was getting a divorce. They were supposed to go to court April 20th.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go to court for a divorce because they were doing a separation.
So is this and then the fact that he killed the kids while they were sleeping?
Right.
But some of them escaped, and then one shot on the roof.
Yeah, the woman and another person. Yeah,
and not all of them was his kids either.
No. 4 was his kids. 4.
Yeah.
And then the other ones was his wife's kids. Like one big happy family, basically.
Yeah. I guess I see some other reports that say 7 were his.
I'm not saying, my bad. 7, yeah, 7 was his. I think one was
the cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tripping. Sorry. That's true. Yeah, that's crazy. It's really sad.
It is sad, and then the fact, like, He was going through a lot too, because that's when he had that case back in 2019, you know, and then in February of 2026, which pisses me off because he also stated that if she leaves me, then that he's gonna kill her. So nobody took that as a threat. Nobody said, "Yo, like red flags,
Yeah,
nothing." And
yeah.
now we in April and this happened. Like he said it. Like
People
Yeah.
are
what?
people are rarely proactive. You know, it's always reactive. I'm dealing with a situation now with my son, where he was threatened at school. You know, and if his mom and myself didn't step in to try to be proactive, they would have waited until something happens first.
Right.
You know, they always wait. You know, there's always a protocol after something happens. You know,
Yeah, and it's sad
right?
that they wait. Like,
Yeah,
we should react before it happens. That's my
facts,
motto. I would feel.
facts,
Yeah.
facts.
No, for real. I'm the same way with
Um,
my son. Like, especially like last year, I was going through some stuff between me and his mom, and her drama that became my drama that I was going through. But I knew I had to act on it now before some worse gets happens and stuff like that. So I took the initiative right away once I found out the information of what was going on. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. Then my family, thanks to my family, give me advice of what I should do, what I shouldn't do right now. And then my friends too. So I get it. Definitely
it's
react before.
sad, but it's not only that it's sad is by documents it's a low number, and it's sad that it's a low number within the 4 years span of domestic violence cases. And not for nothing, a lot of people don't really call 50 for help because it don't really help. You know, I've been in several experience alone, and not one of them has helped me. If anything, they went against me, and I'm like, it
Take
makes
forever
you
to get there.
mad as a motherfucker. Like you want to just, like you calling to get help and you don't get the help. They going against you, and I'm like, I'm calling you to help me do a domestic violence case before it get worse. And you don't want to help me? Fuck, right there. Stick it up your ass. You know what I mean? Like, come on. That's why it's a low number, though. For real, like a lot of people don't believe in the system to help, and it's sad because look at she died, and her kid, all these kids died. All these kids died. The guy died. Like, and then another violence too in Florida. Like 2 other people died during domestic cases.
And Virginia,
One in
governor,
Virginia, one in Florida. Like,
and
come
they'll have a
on. Y'all supposed to help and protect. Where's the protection?
and he had a little power, the lieutenant governor. You
Yeah.
know,
I don't
it
give a
was
damn what
definitely
kind of power you got. If you ain't God, you ain't got no damn power. And that shit needs to be fixed because that's not fair to people that gets injured or going through cases like this. Like, that's not right.
Yeah, it's definitely not right at all. Wait, Kay is frozen. Can you hear us? Oh, she's like having issues with her. Yeah, she frozen.
But yeah, if you go back and look at the numbers, from 2020 to 2024, they only filed about 2,500 people that died from domestic violence, which is a low number. I'm like, more people die from that, 2,500 within 4 years.
Oh, there she go.